Hello, today's movie is Reefer Madness from 1936. This one has a bit of a legendary reputation and regularly pops up on lists of the worst films of all time. I've never seen it, of course, I've heard about it. Are you ready to get scared straight? Join me as we watch and learn about Reefer Madness.
Oh! What the hell? Oh my God! Susan! No!
Now, I read that this film was made by a church group to warn parents about the dangers of drugs. I do love a good amateur-made film. So it's a health warning film about drugs, but they're saying all the incidents are fictional and... Okay. Well, I'm ready to be startled. Marijuana. Wow, okay. Monstrous extravagances. You know, they're kind of making me interested in it now. Nearly 100 years later, I don't think anything's been done to wipe out this ghastly menace. I think the picture has failed in its purpose. Good thing I don't have any children then. Always a sign of your good low-budget movie, stock footage.
Has grown and is now flourishing. It exists in almost every city and hamlet in the country, which are daily combating the traffic, always at the risk of life by their agents.
Is that the same reaction
This
shot they
ceaseless
used
fight
before?
against the drug traffic is directed by the weed marijuana is grown in every state in the Union.
Well, we're 5
Recently,
minutes in and
in
I'm
the
not
city of
scared
Brooklyn,
straight
New
so
York,
far, I'm bored straight.
A field of marijuana was found. Recently, a huge supply of heroin was taken. It was concealed in an apparently harmless shipment of 35 barrels of olive oil. The deadly drug was burned in the incinerator of the Bureau of Engraving and Printing. And more vicious, more deadly, even than these soul-destroying drugs, is the menace of marijuana.
So marijuana's worse
No
than
doubt
heroin.
many of you do not
Okay.
believe that these things do happen, but they cannot happen to you.
I don't know.
You may also believe
What
that the
time?
facts have been...
Time to get up and give this place a going over. Looks like the Marines had landed.
Oh, that bunch last night was high enough to take over the Marines and the Navy.
You better get
That's
on the
supposed
job.
to be an
Some
untidy
of the kids may be up this
apartment.
afternoon.
Oh, Jack, we can get along without dragging those young kids up here.
For,
Oh, why don't you button
for
up your
drug
desk?
fiend degenerates, they still have single beds, which seems very conservative. Is this gratuitous stocking shot supposed to be sexy, or is it supposed to be a sign that she's so out of it she can't put her stockings on in regular time?
Glad to see you.
Oh,
by the
back
way,
when
Ralph,
school students
I'm
wore
sort of getting a little
suits
party
and
Saturday
ties.
afternoon over at my grandmother's. You know, the place of the...
I don't like the looks of him. I think he's on the staff. She kind of seems like she's on something already. I knew it. Oh, the smoke is green. That's how you can tell it's the stuff.
Oh, Jimmy, you're wonderful.
They're wholesome,
It's sweet of you to
responsible
help me,
teens.
Bill.
Well, I'll try anything except domestic science.
Why, Bill, don't you want to learn something about running your own home?
It is my soul that calls upon
He's not
thy
selling
name.
me on the anti-drugs
Of silver
lifestyle, I have
sweet.
to say.
Sound lovers' tongues by night. Office music to attending ears.
Romeo.
They should make the
My
alternative
dear.
to the Reefer Madness at least something
Tomorrow,
that's
shall I
attractive.
send him to thee?
Cool.
By the hour of nine.
I recorded their way into it now, and I'm not seeing much Reefer Madness.
Come on, Bill, don't stand there.
It's a bit slow. And I'm not saying that because my perception of time has been distorted by marijuana.
Hello.
Hey, Jimmy.
This is the neatest drug den I've
Gotta run
ever
over to
seen.
Peter Avenue for a minute. You got a car.
Filth. Now, I've got to say, I've never smoked marijuana, but even I know that's not the way you smoke it.
Of course, if you're afraid. That's bitter. That's more like it. I know you like that. Really, you will. Now just take a puff of that.
I think it's funny, no one's concerned about the fact that all these high school kids are smoking all the time, regular cigarettes.
All right. Danny, that's 10 gross for Jack Perry. Who? Pete
These are the
Davis.
most well-dressed
All right,
drug
send it in.
dealers I've ever seen.
All right, there we are.
I'm just dope enough to draw the line selling hopper kids.
All right, Pete. You know what my policy's always been. If the boys are not satisfied, I'm always glad to have them retire. Retire permanently.
Oh,
So long.
I love how this drug dealer's like an accountant. An adding machine.
Let's go, Jack. I'm red hot.
Better be careful how you drive it. The first thing you know, you'll be ice cold.
Take it easy, kid.
Uh-oh.
Slow down. You'll kill somebody.
Oh, boy. Yeah, get him up. That's what you do in a car accident situation.
Mary, you're not eating your breakfast
Of course,
again.
I agree with you, Dr. Carroll. But do you realize that marijuana is not like other forms of dope? You see, it grows wild in almost every state in the Union. Therefore, there is practically no interstate commerce in the drug. As a result, the government's hands are tied. And frankly, the only sure cure is a widespread campaign in education.
Oh, it's all right to talk about education, Mr. Wyatt. But we educators can't do anything until
I've got to
the
say,
public
I'm
is
surprised
sufficiently
by how
aroused.
boring this
Let me
film
show you
is.
something.
I thought it would be a lot
In
more
1930,
outrageous, given
the
what
records
I've read
on
about
marijuana
it.
in the Washington office of the
I
Narcotics
remember.
Division.
Just a young boy. Under the influence of the drug, he killed his entire family with an axe.
Then there is the most vicious type of case.
Okay.
Here.
Sit down, Bill.
On with the Reefer Madness.
There seems to be something wrong.
This is the degradation that drugs cause. Piano playing and dancing. It's not pretty. Surely nothing can happen in a room with twin beds. Twin beds are there to protect your moral purity. Is he asleep?
Smoke, Mary?
Thanks. Are you sure Jimmy will be back soon?
Sure, any minute.
The psychedelic coloured smoke is a very nice touch. Oh, he's ruined himself. They're just in the next room and he can't hear all that.
Everything's all...
Romeo. What o'clock tomorrow shall I send to thee? It's sweet of you to help me, Bill. Oh, thank you, kind sir.
Oof, nice one. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, boy.
Look.
Jack, is she all right?
She's dead. May.
I just can't get over how
Wait a minute.
clean and neat this drug den is.
Harry. Mary. Mary.
That's quite a creepy scene, a creepy idea.
What happened?
You killed her.
Jimmy. Harry.
There's a pretty creepy scenario that they get the kids high, a killing happens and they make one think that he killed the other one. In another movie, I think that could be played for much better dramatic purpose.
Oh, snap out of it, will you? It's not our fault. Why'd I ever bring him up there anyway? He's just a kid. I can't hang him.
Shut up, shut up!
No wonder they get through
Why
so
don't you
much of
let
the
yourself
stuff.
go?
That's the way he smokes.
Talk. Go off your nuts and have me that way, too.
What's the...
You, ladies and
The
gentlemen of
headline
jury,
underneath, something to do with
have a
Dick
duty to
Tracy,
perform.
that does not
A
add
duty
to
to
the
yourselves
credibility of the film.
and to our community.
But he might have been insane when he did it.
No, he wasn't. He knew what he was doing.
But supposing he was insane?
You can never make me believe it, nor
How do we
anybody
know
else.
members of the jury aren't on the
take a first
stuff?
vote.
We can't.
No doubt about the fact that he murdered her. He admitted it himself. That wasn't the first time he was there.
Oh. Subtle.
We got to make an example.
Is he
More boys
hallucinating?
like that
Is
contaminate
he on
all
it?
of our children. We can't have every murderer hiding behind the gag that he's insane. Sure, they see red before they kill somebody. But whose fault is it?
I think that jury foreman was high. Why else would he be hallucinating about a noose swinging in the room? As far as I can see, piano playing is the gateway drug in all of these situations.
Oh, that racket, stop it!
What's the matter with you?
Jazz. It's the jazz music. It's the gateway to drugs.
What do you want?
Bring me some reefers. Faster. Faster! Play faster!
That's the worst piano playing acting I've ever seen.
Play faster. Faster. You're crazy. Take it easy, kid. I just want to talk to you.
What did he hit him with? Oh. Poker.
Hurry! There's a terrible fight going on. Yes? Apartment 32.
Look how neat it still is. There's been a violent homicide in there. There's not a cushion out of place. Stock footage. More stock footage. Go to pad it out. Why are there hordes of police being dispatched? Oh, they're breaking up the drug ring. Okay. That's the slowest knocking down a door with an axe I've ever seen.
I regret that this court is not prepared to bargain with justice.
I'll tell anyway. I was there. I saw it. I know who killed Mary. And I'll tell you who killed
I
Mary.
knew she was the one who'd crack.
It wasn't Bill. It was Jack. Jack Perry. He shot Mary, and then he put the gun in Bill's hand. They come up to the apartment. I'm just as much to blame. I am.
Do I understand
She was making
you wish
an
to
effort
plead
in that
guilty to a
scene.
charge of fostering moral delinquency in the case of William Harper? You shall be brought into court on Thursday, the 17th, when sentence will be pronounced. Meanwhile, you will be held as a material witness in the case of the people versus Ralph Wiley.
Even now it's boring. See, this bit seems like it should be in a regular movie. She's quite a good actress. This scene at the end, you know, she's found some kind of redemption. It's even shot quite nicely. Oh no! Oh no! I take it all back.
And we can express only the hope that your experiences may not alone keep you, but thousands of others from the vicious pitfalls of marijuana. Thus, I am ordering you to remain in this court during the next case, so that you will be obliged to witness
The bare
what
bones
you
of this story
yourself
could have
so
been a
narrowly
compelling
escaped.
drama, but instead
Call the
they've
case of
chosen
the
to
people
focus
versus
on the
Ralph
admin
Wiley.
side of it, the court proceeding, the drug dealer doing his accounts.
That happened right here, to your neighbors. It is not too much to say that in your hands lies the possibility of averting other tragedies like it. We must work untiringly so that our children are obliged to learn the truth, because it is only through knowledge that we can safely protect them. Failing this, the next tragedy may be that of your daughter, or your son, or yours, or yours, or yours.
Well, I've got to say, I was quite disappointed by Reefer Madness. I was expecting something really, super crazy, lurid, so bad it's good, but I just found it boring. It starts and ends with a lecture, and it really has the tone of a boring lecture. A potentially interesting story idea about young people being, lured into the world of drugs is instead reduced to a kind of story about admin. The admin of the drug dealer, the kind of boring stuff, how they get the kids up there, where they get the drugs from. It takes all the potential drama out of it. Even at the end, the courtroom scenes are just so boring, all about the procedure of the court and not about the human drama. And the scenes of the kids' degradation, they really aren't anything too terrible. It's just dancing to jazz music and laughing. Is this going to put anyone off anything? At times this film reminded me of one of my favourite movies, which is Psych Out. And that's another kind of anti-drug movie that suggests that, drug use, in that case, LSD, causes people to, have terrible accidents and kill people and whatever. But at least Psych Out is entertaining. It's funny. And it has all that kind of lurid exploitation stuff that we want in a movie like this. That is exactly what Reefer Madness was missing. What Reefer Madness really needed was a director like Ed Wood Jr. running the show. Then it would have been so much more entertaining, so much more crazy and lurid. But instead we have these very neat, prim and conservative looking drug fiends in their very tidy drug den. It really doesn't establish that much difference between the world of the straights and the world of the marijuana users. Is it the worst film ever made? I would have to say no. I think it's just dull. And that's not what I was expecting, and it wasn't what I wanted. I'd be happy to hear your thoughts about Reefer Madness, and if you know of any other films in this vein that you'd like to see me cover, do let me know. I would like to cover Psych Out at some stage because I really do love that movie. It's got so many entertaining things in it. If you've enjoyed this video, I would love it if you would like and subscribe. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope we've all learned a valuable lesson.